on all the articles. They did not state, they did not deny. General denials lang, pero hindi nila sinabi, deny namin to kasi ito ang ebidensya namin. Ganun dapat ang sagot sa answer. All 4 articles of impeachment, wala pong sinabi kung bakit dinideny niya ang culpable violation of the Constitution, ang grave threats, ang bribery, ang unexplained wealth, ang betrayal of public trust. Wala siyang sinagot doon. Walang sinabing we have witnesses to show or this is our evidence. Wala. Question na naman niya, inulit na naman niya, jurisdiction, 1-year ban, due process. At saka, partial daw ang House Committee on Justice, nag-mini trial, abusive daw ng coercive power sa subpoena, at gumawa pa ng sariling ebidensya ang House Committee on Justice beyond the impeachment complaints. Ngayon, sa tanong mo, tama ba ang sinabi ng spokesperson ng House? Ang sagot, oo. Kung meron kang ebidensya, ba't tatakot na sagutin sa answer? I would have thought that the Vice President was more courageous and more transparent since sinabi ng kanyang mga spokesperson at defense team na ready na sila. At maalala natin, ang sinabi niya noon, to quote a previous, maybe long time statement, meron daw bloodbath na mangyayari. Saan ang bloodbath na yun? Nakikita ko, personally, bubble bath yan, hindi bloodbath.
Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Thank you po, Chair Jinky. Before we open the floor for media question, may we know if there is any opening remarks from our private prosecutors.
Of course, you know who I am. I'm friends with most of you here for controversial cases. I think in my 48 years as lawyer, this probably is what we call payback time. And this is where I think very serious legal issues are concerned because they constitute articles of impeachment against a very high official. And that is why I've committed my time and my law firm's time to assisting the public prosecutors here in their very worthwhile cause, which is the issue of public accountability. This has been a crusade since last year when we also volunteered to help give legal advice to the impeachment team last year. So this is a continuation of our crusade. Let me just say here that this is not about us. This is not about us, public and private prosecutors. This is about all of you. This is about the country. This is about public officials being called to task on their accountability to the Constitution and ultimately to the people. So maraming salamat to the public prosecutors headed by Chair Jinky and of course Chair Congressman Shell Jokno for acknowledging and accepting our offer to help in this very worthwhile endeavor. It will be difficult. The coming days will be difficult. You in media know that there is a lot of fake news, that there is a lot of AIs going on, that there is a lot of falsehood going on. And I'm so happy that you are all here because we are all seekers of truth. There will be those who will distort the truth, especially those who have pledged alliance to the Vice President. We call on media to share with the public responsibility that we as private prosecutors have assumed to help bring out the truth, to help make accountable a public official that deserves to be accountable. With that, I'd like also my seatmate here, my companion since last year, Attorney Saligal.
Thank you so much, Attorney Lorna. I will make this brief because Attorney Kapunan, si Lorna, really gave a good introduction as to the role of the public prosecutors. Personally, it is an honor to be standing beside legal giants, luminaries in the persons of Attorney Kapunan. Then we have Chairwoman Jingy Luistro, and of course, Congressman Chel Jokno. We acknowledge the hard work that this endeavor entails. It will not be an easy task unseating and removing from office the Vice President of the Republic, but it is a task that we do not take lightly. We know this is a solemn obligation that we have to the Filipino people to exact accountability even from the highest of officials of the land. What really motivated me from joining the private prosecution team is the story of a school principal that is ordered to be imprisoned for 11 years for pocketing 5,000 pesos. 11 years for pocketing 5,000 pesos for a school principal. What signal would it give to our children? What signal would it give to generations of Filipinos that will follow? If we can send to jail somebody for pocketing 5,000 pesos for 11 years, why can't we remove from office the sitting vice president for misusing millions of pesos of public funds? We are here because we are advocates of the rule of law. We believe that the law must be applied equally with force to everyone, no matter how high your stature is in society. Having a famous family name should not give you a free pass. You should be held accountable as with any other Filipino out there. That's all.
Hello po. Yan. Kung ano po ang reaksyon nyo doon sa possibility na baka si Senator Escudero ang talagang mag-preside po ng impeachment trial, yan ay isa sa pinag-uusapan po sa Gatchalian Block.
Whether it is acting SP Win Gatchalian or Senator Chis Escudero who will be presiding the impeachment trial. In behalf of the prosecutors, we are expressing our faith and confidence to this accountability mechanism, no? And besides, ito namang impeachment trial na ito, this is not a question of who is the presiding officer, who are the senator judges, who are the public and the private prosecutors, no. By impeachment trial, we're trying to exact accountability to the public officials. This is a response to the Constitution's call, which says that public office is a public trust and that public officials must be accountable to the people at all times. I wish to add, itong gagawin na to ng mga prosecutors, this is not about acquittal or conviction. More than that, this is about enforcing and preserving accountability mechanism which is innate in a democratic country like ours.
So okay lang po if in case na si Senator Escudero.
To complete my statement, whether it is former SP Alan or acting SP Win or the one which you mentioned, Senator Chis, we express our faith and confidence to accountability mechanism.
So yung pong nakaraang impeachment is siya kasi yung sinasabi na kaya hindi po natuloy dahil doon sa kanyang decision or interpretation doon sa forthwith.
Nonetheless, the circumstances surrounding the first impeachment back in 19 Congress is entirely different in the circumstances surrounding the second impeachment, no? So, if indeed Senator Chis Escudero will be designated as the presiding officer, let us not judge him on the basis of what happened to the first impeachment back in 19 Congress.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Eden. Next is Rosalie Cas of UNTV.
Good afternoon po, ma'am, censors. para lang po sa kaalaman din po ng public, ano po ang pinakamahalagang magiging kontribusyon ng private prosecutors dito po sa impeachment trial ni VP Duterte at bakit kailangan ng private prosecutors? Kailangan din po ba meron pong lead private prosecutor? Meron po bang ganong mechanism?
Let me answer. As we said, no, today there are 3 law firms here. My law firm, Kapunan and Castillo, Saligal and Pecabar, and there will be many other law firms and lawyers joining. We are a supportive role. We are here, kagaya ng mga kaso kung sa korte, we are here under the control and supervision of the public prosecutors. So, ang role po namin ay assist. Ang role po namin ay to give recent jurisprudence on, because we are all practicing lawyers, recent jurisprudence on what is material, the rules on evidence, the rules of court, updating the public prosecutors on recent jurisprudence in the Supreme Court. So, lahat po kami ay lead dito. Lead private prosecutors po kaming lahat. In the sense that we will all be leading ourselves into supporting whatever the public prosecutors need, or whatever we feel is useful and necessary for a full, fair, and strong presentation of evidence. So, sa sagot niyo po, supporting cast lang po kami. Wala po kaming billing issue dito. Sino ang bida dito? Ang bida po dito ay ang taong bayan. Supporting cast lang po ang private prosecutors. Of course, ang public prosecutors, yun po ang kami wala kaming talent fee eh. So, support lang kami. But it is the public prosecutors really that will be leading this. And that's all I can say. So,
Sabi niyo nga po, supporting characters. Pero, are you eyeing to cross-examine the Vice President?
if that is the role that the public prosecutors will assign to us, yes. But I think the public prosecutors are, in our view, all competent to cross-examine the Vice President if and when she appears. That is the big question mark.
Kay Kong Jervil po, kasi nagsalita rin po si VP Duterte about sa impeachment trial kahapon in an interview at sinabi niya na ipinauubaya niya na po sa mga abogado niya yun pong preparation para sa impeachment trial at klinaro niya na yung mga abogado niya gawin daw pong ginusto niya po na maliit lang yung kanyang team pagdating po dito sa impeachment trial. So since ang marami nga pong gustong mag-volunteer, overwhelming yung numbers, so, more confident po kayo sa conviction in terms po ng mga tutulong?
We are confident about the private prosecutors who are helping us, no? Kasi kilala silang magagaling na abogado. Kung tawagin natin, mga abogado de Campanilla. And we are really grateful na because of their prominence, nakaka-uplift ng confidence from our part. Of course, we have to acknowledge na kahit po abogado yung 11 prosecutors, except for Kong Chel Jokno, because talagang seasoned practitioner din ito, but for the remaining 10 prosecutors, medyo napahinto kami ng practice since we embark in public service. And definitely, kailangan po namin ang tulong ng mga private prosecutors because they are the people specialized in litigation, no? At perhaps, res ipsa loquitur na to. Alam nyo naman kung gaano kalalaki itong law firm na ito, the Pecabar, the Kapunan, and even sa legal, no? And because of their presence and support that they are extending to us, indeed, talagang na-boost ang confidence ng 11 prosecutors because of this support, no? And not only that, not only the private prosecutors, we are confident as well because of the strong evidence that we have. But to your question, kung confident ako to secure conviction, it is premature to comment to that. We have not seen, as a matter of fact, the evidence of the Vice President. You will remember, yung sagot niya sa Justice Committee, yung sagot niya sa impeachment court, almost the same. And it evolved on constitutional and procedural and technical issues, no? They did not directly respond to the allegations of offenses which were anchored in the impeachable grounds. So, it is premature to say that the evidence of the prosecution is enough to secure conviction until and unless we have seen the evidence of the respondent.
Thank you, Rose. Our next question will come from Lines Capanti of GMA Online.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon po. On ano lang po, sundutin ko lang about the weight of the evidence. What happens if the Vice President refuses to recognize the issuance of pretrial order? Because I understand the signatory there is Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. What if she decides not to honor it by citing the current Senate leadership issues? Should the Senate impeachment court po consider that as a waiver of her right to present evidence? Halimbawa, hindi siya mag-submit ng pretrial brief. Should the Senate impeachment court po consider that as a waiver already of presenting evidence?
We are all eagerly anticipating the moves that the Vice President will take insofar as the order for pretrial conference is concerned. Malalaman po natin yan within the next few days kung ano yung magiging pagtrato niya sa order na in-issue ng ating presiding officer. It's very hard to put ourselves in the minds of the Vice President and her lawyers. So I'd rather not try to do that. Perhaps let's just wait for them to make their move, and then we can respond accordingly.
Sir, follow-up lang po. About yung binanggit po ni Chair Luistro kanina about the Senate the Senate and the rules should evolve to reflect is evolving and should reflect proper representation. Based on existing jurisprudence po ba, meron po bang batas or jurisprudence allowing the Senate impeachment court to revise their rules and change the threshold needed for conviction? I'm just curious kung if they are allowed to change it, the 16.
Well, insofar as the number, yung two-thirds requirement, yun ay hindi mababago yun dahil nasa Constitution yan. Other rules of procedure are within the power of the Senate to amend or revise. Yung isa na lang siguro magiging issue, and really this is not well settled by jurisprudence, is how do you count the two-thirds? Yung ganun, it's very similar to yung question tungkol sa quorum. Kung dati ang pananaw ng karamihan ay dapat 13, kinlaro na yan ng ating Supreme Court that it could be less than 13 depending on how many senators are within the coercive reach of the Senate. Now, whether that will also apply to the impeachment court ay hindi pa yan nasa-settle ng jurisprudence. So, hindi rin natin alam kung paano ang magiging pagpapasya ng Supreme Court kung sakasakaling umabot doon itong issue.
I wish to add, no? alalahanin natin the reason why the House of Representatives is here, why the Senate is there. Isa lang ang dahilan. That is to represent the interest of the Filipino people. Doon sa usapin ng change of leadership, narinig natin yung term na within the coercive means of the Senate. And if we are beyond the coercive means, the question is, do you think that the senators are in the proper position to say that they are representing the interest of the Filipino people? I wish to anchor my interpretation on the required number for conviction on that line. Kung makaka-attend, kung makaka-participate, kung makakaboto, then you are representing the interest of the Filipino people. But if you are beyond the coercive means, and as a matter of fact, hindi ka nga nag-attend, hindi ka nga bumoto, why will you be considered for the purpose of determining the number of required votes for the purpose of conviction? Well, this is just my personal opinion. I just want to remind the public about the reason why we have senators. And the reason is to represent the interest of the Filipino people. This impeachment trial is one of the instances when the representation of the interest of the Filipino is very much needed. Trial, hindi mag-attend ng botohan, how can we say that they truly are representing the interest of the Filipino people? And in which case, it should be considered for the purpose of interpreting. After all, if I will be very much literal, what the Constitution provides is 2/3 of all the senators. It used all. It did not use 24. So it is important to hear as well what the Supreme Court will say about this.
Thank you po. Thank you po. That's all on my part.
Thank you, Linesca. Let us hear from Gab Lalu of Philippine Daily Inquirer. Gab.
Hello po. 2 questions po. First, natanong ko na rin po to kay Chair Luistro kahapon. Do you agree dun sa sinasabi ni Congressman Zia Adjong, yung spokesperson po ng prosecution team, na mukhang wala pong ebidensya si VP Sara, wala siyang depensang na-mount kasi yung strategy niya is towards dismissal? Siguro po sa private prosecutors po natin.
I think yung tinong mo is evident sa sagot ng Vice President mismo. Kasi napakakapal ng sagot, pero ang nagpakapal nun ay annexes. Ano yung annexes? Annexes na hindi bago, annexes ng final niya sa Supreme Court, annex na final niya sa House Committee on Justice, puro annexes. Pag tinignan natin yung kanyang answer, wala namang allegation, wala namang statement kung ano yung ipipresenta nila. On all the articles, they did not state, they did not deny. General denials lang, pero hindi nila sinabi, deny namin to kasi ito ang ebidensya namin. Ganon dapat ang sagot sa answer. All 4 articles of impeachment, wala pong sinabi kung bakit dinideny niya ang culpable violation of the Constitution, ang grave threats, ang bribery, ang unexplained wealth, ang betrayal of public trust. Wala siyang sinagot doon. Walang sinabing we have witnesses to show or this is our evidence. Wala. Question na naman niya, inulit na naman niya. Jurisdiction, 1-year ban, due process. At saka, partial daw ang House Committee on Justice, nag-mini trial, abusive daw ng coercive power sa subpoena, at gumawa pa ng sariling ebidensya ang House Committee on Justice beyond the impeachment complaints. Ngayon, sa tanong mo, tama ba ang sinabi ng spokesperson ng House? Ang sagot, oo. Kung meron kang ebidensya, ba't katakot na sagutin sa answer? I would have thought that the Vice President was more courageous and more transparent since sinabi ng kanyang mga spokesperson at defense team na ready na sila. At maalala natin ang sinabi niya noon, to quote a previous maybe long time statement, meron daw bloodbath na mangyayari. Saan ang bloodbath na yun? Nakikita ko, personally, bubble bath yan, hindi bloodbath.
Bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw.